Under a national government, the Canterbury Earthquake Recovery Authority will be integrated within the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet. Announced at a Chamber of Commerce meeting in Christchurch today, Earthquake Recovery Minister Jerry Brownlee reassured the changes do not affect the government's commitment to Canterbury.
I think it means that they should be confident that the recovery is moving at a pace that means that we can start moving back to a situation where the government is able to continue to provide resource but pull back on some of the day-to-day decision making.
Minister Brownlee says since the earthquakes, the face of the recovery has evolved. As it continues, there needs to be a plan for transition and longer-term governance. The transition to take place in February.
My expectation is that, as I said in my speech, Mr Sutton would stay as the head of CERA. He's doing a tremendous job. My expectation, if Jerry wanted to, is he'd stay as the Minister for the government. So in essence, the reporting line wouldn't change, but what would also happen is that Mr Kibblewhite, as the head of DPMC, would have some powers and obviously authority over that agency as it sits within DPMC.
CERA was established in 2011 alongside the CERA Act, which allowed CERA its special powers. Originally set to expire in April 2016, Jerry Brownlee says the Act will be re-looked at, potentially removing the legislation of the now unnecessary powers.
One of them is the power to direct, for example. We haven't had to use that a lot because there's been such goodwill throughout the whole process. And some of the others that are not quite so direct, but some of the more obscure sort of powers that we have in that Act.
Minister Brownlee weighed on what special powers he believes would stick around after 2016.
Well, I think some indemnity cover for people that are involved in recovery is one. I think the acquisition program may not be completed, so some of the provisions around those acquisitions would need to be continuing. I think possibly too the ability to make or put together a recovery plan that becomes a statutory document.
As part of the transition, the government also plans to set up an advisory committee alongside local government agencies to help guide the plan development and review the special powers. In July, the Labour Party announced their plan to wind back the role of CERA. Following today's announcement, Labour leader David Cunliffe has come out claiming the government are adopting Labour's CERA policy because the national government are tired and has run out of steam and fresh ideas. The new phase for CERA will come into effect on February the 1st next year. Joelle Batista, CTV News.